Hey, what's up everybody? This is Pirate Prepping, and today we're talking about first aid kits. Yes, know them, love them, we need them. This is the ultimate. It is better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Look, first aid, it's one of those things. People get hurt. It's all about safety. There's tons of different brands on the market. They all fill a role. Obviously, you can't have everything all the time. So maybe some is good for your home, some is good for your backpack, some's good for when you're out hiking, whatever the case may be. This really is an item you could have multiple of and it would do you well. So we're gonna take a look at a few options and we'll kind of work our way up to the big dog. Yeah, here at Prep Spot, we're in Debary. We've got a few different first aid kits for different uses. Again, this is the most simple. This is a little travel kit. Only has a few Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes. This is as basic as it gets. It's great for throwing in your purse, your backpack, your car, wherever, just for minor things. First aid's one of those things where we talk about it with prepping all the time. It gives you options, plain and simple, okay? You have a disaster, you have an emergency, and maybe it's minor, maybe it's paper cut, maybe it's a blister that popped, but maybe it's something bigger than that. You just don't know, and so the first aid kit gives you options. And typically, you know, it may not even be you that needs first aid. It might be a total stranger, you just don't know. We found this little fanny pack option. Simple, it's inexpensive, and it was just one of those basic kits. It had your essentials and a few extras too. You know, this one actually came with a thermal blanket. It's got gauze, it's got, you know, it's just got a random assortment of stuff, but it's all useful things. Now, one of the neat things about this is it does actually have a band that you could make into a tourniquet if you had to, although that's a pretty rough one. But it's got some pins, some scissors. I mean, it's a very rudimentary, basic first aid kit. Band-Aids, a few bandages, pieces of gauze, a very simple book to help you with some basic first aid do's and don'ts. And that's pretty much it. This is a really simple kit. But guess what? It's better than nothing. And that's one of the resounding themes here. Now, I personally have multiple first aid kits. I use them for different things. I like them in different areas. I don't like to have to carry a first aid kit around. So it's one of those things that I'm very happy to keep several in several different areas. I keep one in my truck at all times. My bug out bag has one. My home has one. Here at the shop we have one. And it really is one of those things that, again, you don't know when you may need it, but whenever you do, you'll be glad you had it. So that's just a very standard entry one. This is great. If you're on the trail, you're taking a hike, that's fantastic. Next, we got this guy. This is a really simple kit as well, although it definitely has a step up in the amount of stuff inside. And I was looking for those. This kit here is great because it's got a soft body to it, which means if you're backpacking, you can stuff this in your pack. It's thin, it will flex, so that makes it very handy. Now you can see inside, this has an assortment of stuff. A lot more Band-Aids than the fanny pack kit. It's got gloves, it's got some tape, it's got a few more options. And you know, all these kits, that's what they're there for. They're there to give you options. And it really doesn't matter. Now this one has aspirins as well, you know, which again, unless you've got a splitting headache or somebody, you know, you don't think about some of this stuff until you need it. And that's a really decent kit for the money. Oh, this also has an antibiotic ointment, which the other kit does not as well. So that's a pretty slick little kit. I like it. Again, you know, nobody likes to spend money they don't need to spend. But I tell you, you're never going to go wrong with medical supplies. It really is a situation of when, not if. So we've all cut ourselves. We've all been there. This kit, I like this because it's a hard case. I like it because when something runs out in it, it's really simple to add some more stuff to it. It also does have some space in here because it's got the boxes and they're in there. Well, you could take the stuff out of the boxes to give yourself more room. So this is a really nice home kit in my opinion because I can throw some extra rolls of gauze in here. I can throw some, you know, a little bottle of Tylenol or something in here. So this is kind of a neat little kit. Again, you know, this isn't expensive. We sell this for 18 bucks, guys. Just to have it at home, have your supplies in one place, I think it's a fantastic option. Next up, we've got this kit. Now look, one of the greatest things about ammo boxes is you can put whatever you want in them. I'm not saying go out, buy a first aid kit now. You know what? If you're not in a position, go to the dollar store. Go to Walmart. Go to Target. Buy pieces. Get you an ammo box or any container for that matter and start putting it all in one place. That way it's there when you need it. You know exactly where it is and you know exactly what you've got. Now this happens to be a very cool kit. It's in an ammo box. It has a whole list of stuff there, and if you open it up, this one's actually got, I mean, this one goes a step further. It's got your bags of first aid stuff, it's got rain ponchos, it's got flashlight. You know, this is much more of a survival bag in a box. Now look at that, that one's got all kinds of cool stuff, paracord, you know, ponchos or a tarp, plastic bandages, safety pins, and then it's also got this cool little handy kit in it as well. So this is really kind of a step up from a first aid kit to kind of a survival kit, and this is your bring along. You know, if you're just leaving for the trail or something like that, you don't got to bring the whole box. You could just grab this kit, stuff it in your pocket, stuff it in your pack, and this gives you options. And that's what it's all about. We love options. Yes. So a kit like this, 25 bucks. First aid and survival. Again, the ammo cans are great because they're waterproof. Abdominal patch, adhesive bandages, medium bandages, small bandages, round bandages, fingertip, elastic, ace bandage, triangle bandage, wipes, disinfectants, cotton tip applicators, survival thermal blanket, water purification tablets. We haven't seen that in any. This is a really well-rounded kit, and again, it's just options, which we love. We love the options here at Prep Spot. Finally, this is a whole different animal. We've been looking at first aid kits. These are very basic. These will take care of small wounds. If you have a larger wound, they will help you, but they are not going to take care of all your needs. This one is specifically a trauma kit. Now this kit here is pretty slick, and that was the reason we got into it. I'm going to set this on the side. The reason we got into this one was we wanted a step up, and this one here actually shows you it's got tourniquets, things made to really save your life. You know, you're able to apply these and you can stop the bleeding, stop the hemorrhaging. It's got a soft splint. This is made to actually, you know, go up one side and up the other, that you can brace and splint something. That's a big deal. It's got your trauma bandage, and it actually has a little informative stuff on the back there that tells you how to stop a traumatic wound. If you had a gunshot or something of that nature, this kit would definitely give you better options. It's got the scissors, it's got your tweezers, it's got some of that stuff, but it also has your take-along pouch full of bandages. This is one of those that Velcros off. Grab it, throw it in your pack. You're taking a hike, you don't need to take the whole thing, but you've got stuff with you. And again, bandages. This one has bigger bandages. It does have an emergency blanket in it. Here, it's got more dressing. You know, this one by far has more gauze, more of everything big that you may need. Compressed gauze here. So this is definitely more well-tuned to a trauma kit, or what we would call an entry-level trauma kit. And more bandages, you know, examination gloves. So this one, it is more geared towards your larger wound. This doesn't have a bunch of little simple band-aids. You could always throw some in, but this is made for a traumatic event to stop and fix yourself. And that's important. So you can see there's all kinds of sizes and shapes here when it comes to first aid. You really can't be too prepared, guys. These are only a handful of options. If you go online, it goes up through the hundreds, even the thousands for proper good kits. And again, it's one of those things, it's tough to spend the money, but it could save your life or the life of somebody you love. You really don't know. And so for all my friends that are out there stacking, if you don't have a good first aid kit, take a minute off of buying silver and gold. Go buy a real good first aid kit. You will be glad you did at some point in time. Hey, thank you for watching. This is Pirate Prepping. We'll see you next time. Pirate out.